Onward then to the man in the spotlight. Nikesh Arora of Google is joining us live here on the show. Nikesh, welcome and thanks very much for being with us. It's been a busy day for you as you've unveiled a new plan to try and target small and medium enterprises in India, offering them free websites for a certain period. Talk to us about that new initiative.
Well, it's very exciting to see that there's 100 million users of the internet in India, making it probably in the top 3 markets around the world. Now, what's interesting is if you look at the disparity between consumers and the number of businesses online, I think this is the market with the largest disparity. So about a year ago, we started this program where we're going to try and get more and more businesses online, because when users are online, they're looking for small businesses, whether they're doing that on their mobile phones or they're doing it on their computers. You want to find goods and services. So we partnered with a few local partners in this market for domain hosting, for providing support to these small companies, and effectively we've set a target for ourselves to take that number, which is currently roughly about 100,000 SMBs online in this country. We want to try and see if we can in the next 3 years, through our efforts, the efforts of our partners, get that number to go by 5 times. So try and get 500,000 of them online.
Well, 100,000 SMEs, Nikesh, that's a pretty impressive number. But of course, what is it in it for Google?
It is a lot for Google. Look, for us, at the end of the day, we're in the business of trying to help people find information. It's hard to start helping them if there's not enough information out there. So the more information there is online, the more likely we can encourage users to keep coming online. And as businesses see value in being online and being found and being able to transact more and drive more revenues, hopefully they'll start advertising. So, there's clearly both a philanthropic as well as an economic motive here.
Nikesh, to talk about Google in general, given that it's had a good year, revenues have been up, you had Motorola Mobility, Google Plus now, and all of this making it quite exciting. What is the build-up looking like over the rest of the year and, of course, in 2012?
I think, it's fair to say when we started 13 years ago, we were in the search business, and we have been in the search business for a while. We were being asked if we were a single-trick pony a few years ago. We made a bet on YouTube. People questioned the bet on YouTube. It seemed to have worked out. We made a bet on DoubleClick, which was for display advertising, which we're very happy with. That worked out as well. Android, I personally wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, and I think most recently we announced that Android probably passed the iPhone in the US at least in terms of market share. So, it's great to see many of these bets beginning to take form and beginning to turn into real large consumer accepted events or consumer accepted services. You take Chrome, you take Chrome OS. So, generally we believe the trend is that things are going to the cloud, and you see all these services getting us there. We see a lot of our services that we create enable that transition or participate in that transition. We see a lot of consumers going there, a lot of services going there, whether it's video, YouTube, whatever you name it, all sorts of content. So we think we are helping both drive the trend as well as participate in the trend. I think that trend is going to continue. We're going to keep working hard and see what we make out of it.
You did mention Android, and we know that's got a great amount of interest from just about everybody. How much more growth do you think is expected around the world, considering there's about 30% market share currently?
Well, I don't know. Look, we're not in the business of predicting market share. We're in the business of creating great products. And if you can create great products out there, hopefully consumers will grab them and use them. What's interesting in the mobile phone industry is every few years we all want a new phone. We want the next brightest thing, the latest thing. So there's sort of, in that context, there's infinite demand because every few years we'll keep changing it, and technology changes at a reasonably rapid pace that things become obsolete, and what you thought wasn't possible today becomes possible tomorrow. So the trend is right. The industry is very fertile. There's lots of opportunity, and we hope that we can keep exciting OEMs to keep building Android devices and keep taking that further.
You keep referring to the talk about making wonderful products, but do you look at Motorola Mobility in some sort of a way that will take you to the bigger integrated game, which is to do what Apple did? And is Google really headed that way?
No, look, we made the intentions clear. By the way, Motorola has not closed yet, so there's not a whole lot we can talk about in terms of what it does and how it runs. I mean, we know what it does, obviously, but from our perspective, it was the first partner that made a bet on Android, and they've effectively built a business from scratch on the Android sort of operating system. They've done reasonably good things with the products. They've been successful in the US. They're now trying to see where they're going to take that from there. From our perspective, it was a way to continue to fuel the Android ecosystem. It was a way to make sure that the patents for Android were available for us. It was a way to make sure that we understand and support the partner and we understand the hardware business. So that's the current approach. And as we get to closure, we'll see how things go from there.
Nikesh, almost 50 new tablets have been launched in the last year. Only, of course, there's the Android and Akash being the cheapest one. A price war has certainly emerged in the market. How long do you think this will really continue?
I think it's early in the tablet days, to be fair. I think, we're just beginning to see the experiences develop. People are just beginning to understand what value tablets can bring, and I think that's going to be a huge market. I don't know if there's a war yet.
Sure.